Ladies, we are trying though. Mommy, we are really trying because so now you are now a missus. So first you have to be a leader. Now you are a missus, so you have to train them to how to go.
I was going to say, when you speak about married women, when I rolled my eyes there for a moment to say that, if you're going to marry a good woman, you better be a good man yourself, you know. But when it comes to training leaders in the home, there's nothing as powerful as modeling. That's an example that you give. So I'm the first daughter, high five, welcome, I'm the first daughter, the first born and a couple of days ago, my younger sister sent a message saying that she has always looked up to me since she was a little child, and she always wanted to be like me, and that I had given her an example, for her to follow, and she's so grateful. That she follows the example because, of course, that following came with pulling your ears, shouting, and all that. But today, she's really young, she's in her early 20s, she started a business, her own business, and she's grown Naya business, right? That's the power model. So one of the things that I've been intentional carry on and learn from what I've done. I'm doing a lot of youth mentorship. I mentor lots of young people, lots of young women through all the things that I'm doing. And it's easier to teach them to catch the spirit of leadership by walking it out yourself, not just talking to them and saying, you must do this, you must do that. I just embody it. I work in community. I have certain values that I embody, and I know that this is what I want Chinoso Park to be synonymous with. I'm humble and loyal, someone who is loyal, I'm a person of integrity, you can rely on me, I'm a person of honesty. And so I just ensure that that has been infused into all the things that I do. And that way I'm able to, model, because this thing is taught, right? You can teach it, and then it's taught as well, because they look at what you're doing. My age younger sister, the same thing, she has her own business, doing fantastically well. My younger brother has my two younger brothers, and that's because, the first I realized that if I don't get it correctly, it impacts on other people. And that continues to influence me even in my home. Right? My husband every day praises me and sings my praises. Of course, a good man will praise, right? So it's something that we continue to invite, and of course we teach our men as well. I must talk about ensure that the boys from the home catch the leadership spirit, selflessness, service, being solution oriented, humility, putting your ego in, right, and recognizing that sometimes it's not all about you.
I just need to say God bless. I want somebody to sing my praises too. Okay, so our second one. Let's hear it.
There's a reason why the Yoruba people says you did that in Koresho Rote. For those that doesn't understand Yoruba, it means it's from the home. You cannot undermine the impact of families or the impact each home has in developing the society at large. And there is one funny, interesting story I want to share. Not mine, it's a friend of mine. When we left University of Ilorin, she was opportune to gain an admission in Canada. And after her master's in Canada, she had 3 junior ones. And unfortunately, their dad, who was the breadwinner, died. Being the oldest daughter, she had to use, to make this is someone, like I said, she's my friend, and we had a conversation about it. She made a plan, and this plan was so fantastic that whenever it happened, she made a plan that brought each of our junior ones to Canada, not at once, one after the other. She was working, and as she was working, she was making plans for the younger ones to come and join her. And sponsored all of the younger ones to join her career. And that to me is an epitome of leadership. I don't think there's any height, for example, of leadership at all that can beat that. So for me, I believe that at home, it is very crucial to have someone you look at the eldest one or you are not. For me, I am not the eldest one, and I will tell you that for some things in my house, I'm the only male child. So I think maybe that speaks to some good as to why they will come to me for advice, guidance, and support. So in that manner, my younger sister, from home to have that person that you kind of look up to for guidance, for support, for direction. Thank you.
So, these are the people who are disturbing me. I'm enjoying this conversation, but I think we have to wrap it up here. But then, you always see your siblings, if you start having a mind of your own. If I do this on my sister's copy, my mom will say, the sisters are copying body than leadership, whether you like it or you don't like it. If I invest, pick it up and say, so it's now me having to, like she said, model these things and put the right step in place all the time. And Ms. Day spoke about attitude to everything, attitude to work, attitude to school. I mean, they are young, having to read. If they say they are not ready for my exam, the next day, then today, it's fine. I don't have to read now. It's okay. So I mean, yes, everything starts from home. I mean, I had to. This one did not give me this question, but I feel like it's super important. I mean, we are very Gen here, and we're going to have a family of ours in the nearest future. And I think leadership is something that we should always put in place. Model this thing to your kids, to your.
That was a wonderful session. Ladies and gentlemen, without wasting your time, we'll be moving on to the next session, the second panel session. And the theme is innovative approaches for economic empowerment and sustainable growth. Our panelists are
Dr. Segun Alabi from the Department of Architecture, Bells University of Technology. Mrs. Priska Okocha Oja, President of Pan Atlantic University Student Council.
A round of applause for her, please.
Engineer Ibirim Stanley, HOD, Department of Civil Engineering, Bells University of Technology. And lastly, Mr. Jimo Abdul-Basit, President, Fountain University Students Central Executive Committee.
A round of applause for you, please. The moderator for the session is Ms. Ayat Barua. A round of applause for her, please.
Good afternoon, Bells University. So I think I can relax into my Gen Zs on the panel. We have Madam President, PAU, Madam University. We have Mr. Engineer. Okay, engineer. Just Dr. Nice to meet you, Dr. Stanley. So let's get right into this. Gen Z. Okay, so what leadership strategies can be used in Nigeria to boost economic empowerment and ensure sustainable growth? So this panel session is basically speaking about innovative leadership approaches for economic empowerment and sustainable growth. Innovative for economic empowerment and sustainable growth. I think I am biased about this because I'm an economics student. I know how much sustainable growth is important to our country and society. Growth can just grow, but then it has to be sustained. Sustained growth can also mean that there is some sort of development going into it. So yeah, it's important that we have sustainable growth. So how do innovative leadership, how does it directly impact sustainable growth and economic empowerment? So I'll ask my question to our president, Prisca. What new leadership strategies can be used for economic empowerment and ensure sustainable growth?
Thank you very much for having me. Correct the mistake that we made earlier and the misanalysis. Thank you. So a leadership strategy that can be used to boost economic empowerment and ensure sustainability and ensure sustainable growth in Nigeria can be to adopt inclusive policies. Now, the government can take up the task of developing policies to ensure including women and youth have access to economic opportunities. This can include grants or low interest.
The topic before us today is economic empowerment. There is need to understand what the meaning of economic empowerment. It has to do with the ability of the individual, society to improve in their economic status or their well-being, so that they can be able to have meaningful projects within Nigeria. And somebody talked about networking in terms of knowing people, peers. Somebody introduced me to that group to assist. So networking is very, 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 very important. There's another thing we need to know. We need to be authentic. Because we talk about different leadership. The first stage, you have created leaders, and I've seen this happen. In this archive. I've had some bosses that at the age of 55, they retired from an IT firm.